All right. Hello?
Hi, Bruce.
Oh, there you are. Okay, good. I'm over there.
See you.
All right, good to see you too.
Oh, no, sorry. It's good to see you, but we can't see you.
Oh, you can't see us?
That's not yet.
Okay. Can you see what's being portrayed on the screen?
I see Mark.
Hi, Andy. How are you?
Well, and you?
That's Mark.
Good. I'm at a conference, so I'm actually not at the meeting room.
Okay,
there
we
we go.
see you, Bruce.
What's up?
We can see you. We can see the room.
Hang on.
No, we're good. Room camera's on.
Yeah, okay. Now we look good. You see everything? Okay.
Yes.
Let's start the meeting. Welcome to the Town of Hamilton Zoning Board of Appeals meeting for November 5th, 2025. We have 4 projects to consider. With us today is myself. We got Stephen DeRocher, Andy Phillip, David Parenchief as an alternate to fill in for a couple of projects we have tonight. Alicia Brennan from the Planning Board, and Mark Connors, also from the Planning Board, on Zoom. I'll just read down the list, what we have. We won't do it necessarily in this order. We'll do the quick ones first. The first ones for the applicants are Lorraine and Leo Culhavy. Property is located at 45 Central Place, Asbury Grove, Assessors Map 37-46, Lot 38. Applicants are seeking a finding under zoning bylaw section 5.3.4 for dimensional relief to construct an addition. Hang on, turn that off. The next one's the applicants of the Myopia Hunt Club. The property is located at 435 Bay Road, Assessors Map 56, Lot 12, zoning district R1B. Applicants are seeking approval for a finding for an extension or alteration of a nonconforming use, structure, or lot to construct a maintenance facility which will consolidate the existing maintenance activities currently conducted outdoors and within numerous maintenance storage buildings and sheds into one consolidated facility located on the same site as the existing. In addition, an existing building providing staff housing for the equestrian program located within the maintenance yard is relocated to a new site outside the yard. The third one is for a property located at 461 Asbury Street, Assessors Map 28, Lot 8.1. The applicant is seeking a determination of insubstantial changes related to changes to the final design of a comprehensive permit application, including the landscaping, walking paths, and terrace design for a 45-unit affordable housing project approved by the board this board in a decision dated March 21st, 2023. And the last one's a continuation of the comprehensive permit under Massachusetts General Law, Chapter 40B, and the comprehensive permit rules of the Zoning Board of Appeals for a portion of the property at 133 Essex Street, Assessors Map 65, Lot 0001, Zoning District R1B. The owner is Country Squire Realty Incorporated. The applicant is Chappaqua Hill Capital Partners, LLC. The applicant seeks authorization to construct 59 mixed-income, age-restricted residential for-sale units in 32 buildings, 15 of which will be affordable units, which will require at least one occupant over 55 years of age. So that is that's what we have for our list of projects tonight. I think the first one we'll take care of is the last one I read, which is the 40B project. They have, Are you with us, Adam
I am.
Costick? Okay. We received a letter from you asking permission to continue this until the February meeting.
That's correct, Mr. Chairman. We're seeking a continuance to the February 4th meeting of the board, and we are proposing, and we have said so in the letter we submitted, that we would grant an appropriate extension, further extension of the typical 180-day deadline that the board has to act on a Chapter 40B comprehensive permit application. That clock starts to tick once the hearing is opened, which occurred a month ago. And we granted an extension of, I think, 34 or 35 days, which was the period of time between your last meeting and tonight's meeting. We're seeking a further continuance to February, which is a period of 3 more months, or exactly 91 days. And so our letter says that we would also grant a 91-day extension of that deadline. It's not our objective to put the board in any worse a position than it would otherwise be in. We want to give the board the full 180 days it might need to review the application, but we're seeking a continuance in the event that the application doesn't proceed.
Yep, okay. So that would be Andy, Stephen, and I deciding on this. Are we good with that? Any comments or concerns about extending this?
None from me.
Yeah, I think at this point, it's just a few more months.
Yeah, okay. I don't either. So let's, a motion to vote to postpone this till the February meeting, continue it till the February meeting, and hopefully we can pick it up there with 180 days starting on that date. I don't know what date it is, but the February meeting.
I motion that we continue the application, the hearing, for the 40B project located at 133 Essex Street to the February meeting.
I second that.
Second motion, okay. All in favor?
Stephen DeRocher, aye.
Andy Phillip, aye.
And Bruce Gingrich, aye. So
Yeah,
perhaps we'll
thank
see
you, Madam Chair. Thank you, members of the board. Appreciate you taking me out of order.
Okay, no problem. Have a good night.
You too. Thank you.
Okay, the next one that I'd like to take care of is the 45 Central Place addition. And I will stand down from that one, recuse myself from that, since I do work, this is in Asbury Grove, and I do work for Asbury Grove, so I'm going to stay out of this one. And it will be David Parent-Chief taking my place. And Stephen, do you want to be the chair for this one?
Yeah, I'll chair for this one.
Okay.
Make sure I have the wrong one. There we go. All right, so we are hearing the application for the property in Asbury Grove at, what is it, 25?
45.
45 Central Place in Asbury Grove. Is there the applicant in the room? Want to present your application?
Hi, we would just like to, we just purchased a cottage a year ago and then realized there were a lot of rot in the bathroom area and decided to replace that and at the same time add a room on the back because it is quite small.
Excuse me, can you state your name
Oh.
before we,
Lorraine
for the
Kalhavy.
record?
And Leo Kulhavy.
So basically, that's it. We're just trying to replace an added-on bathroom that has rotted out and extend across the back of the cottage.
Looks like a 12-foot addition in keeping with the
12-foot,
current sidelines of the house. Are there any questions for the applicant from the board? I'll take that as a no. Is there anybody in the public on Zoom or in the room who wants to make a comment? I guess that's a no. Can I ask a question? I haven't looked this up since I couldn't locate the property looking at Asbury Grove, so I took a drive through and I found it, but I haven't since gone back to look at where it is in relationship to the boundary of Asbury Grove itself.
It is well within the boundaries. It is in the buffer zone to the wetlands, but we've already gone to the
Yep.
conservation. It is right up behind the Vespa Circle. I don't know whether you know that part of the grove.
It's basically in the back, abutting the wetlands area that goes to Pleasant Pond, Wood, and
Turkey Island?
Turkey Island, and Lake Drive. Those areas all abut the property, but we're nowhere near those people.
Okay. I see it now where its location is to the to the line. Yeah, there's plenty of room there. And that was actually going to be one of my questions, was about the Conservation Commission. Because I don't see a reason, you know, the Myopia is, it's not Myopia, that's the other one, Asbury Grove. Both two plans that are both not, large lots that are not conforming. The lot's not conforming, is non-conforming, There's lots of structures obviously on the one lot. So I don't see a reason to oppose this if, the only thing that'll come up for me is if there was anybody, if there were neighbors that, you know, had a concern about it, and no one has said anything. And I don't think it's substantially detracts from the neighborhood, so if anything, it helps contribute to it. I think there's lots of these additions, right, around.
Yeah, because the cottages are
Asbury Grove.
so small.
Yeah, they are. Do we have any other questions or comments from the board?
Move to vote.
All right, I take a motion.
I motion we move to vote on the property at, sorry,
45 Central Place.
yes, thank you, Angie.
You're for you. I second that motion.
All right, roll call vote.
David Parenti, aye.
Andy Philippi.
Stephen DeRocher, aye. Congratulations, thank you very much. I have, how many days?
So we have 14 days to
14
write
days.
the decision, and once that's filed with the town, there is, I think it's 20 days of
Appeal period.
appeal period, and then you can start your construction.
Great.
Thank you all very much.
Thank you.
Good night.
Good night. Okay, the
Myopia is next.
I guess we can do myopia next, yeah. Doesn't, they're kind of the same. Okay, so myopia. Andy will sit out on this one since she's in a butter. And David will be sitting in on this one. This is for the property located at 435 Bay Road. They're doing, the one that's doing the maintenance facility redesign. So have the developers or whoever's representing myopia.
Hi, my name's Anthony Donato from Hancock Associates, the civil engineer of the project, and we have Representative Jonathan Wilbur here, the facilities director at Myopia Hunt Club, and the record architect, Rob Olson here.
Okay.
And we did provide a PDF presentation, if we could pull it up, and I guess, Rob, do you want? Okay, we'll go ahead. So the proposed project's a new, I'll wait till you pull it up, thank you.
There we go.
You can go to the next page, please. Here's an overview of the site. As you can see, the campus is quite large, and where we're working with the maintenance facilities, it's in the center of the campus and not visible by any abutter or any street. There's going to be substantial improvements to the operations of the storage of chemicals and just general operations of the maintenance equipment. So currently, the existing maintenance activities are currently conducted outdoors with numerous maintenance storage buildings and sheds into one consolidated located area on the same site. In addition, an existing building provides staff housing for the equestrian program located within the maintenance yard is to be relocated to a new site outside the yard. If you wouldn't mind, should we go to the next slide? So there you go. So the Huntsman House is up there on the top right of the sheet. The proposed use is no different in kind and in its effect in this portion of the myopia as compared to existing use. The location of the project is being within the center of campus is not visible to any abutter, as I previously stated. The alteration was to substantially upgrade the effects of the maintenance activities on site and will be substantially improved by the interior storage of the equipment currently stored outside. The removal of an underground fuel storage tank to the left of the existing maintenance building and will be replaced with an above-ground fuel containment tank, and a dispensing slab and fire protection will be provided. Additionally, the handling and storage of fertilizers and pesticides will be stored within a sprinklered building designed for storage and management of such chemicals, and capture of equipment washed down and material spilled during the handling will be a significant improvement within the vicinity of the operations. If you wouldn't mind going to the next slide. There are some architectural plans. You can go to the next slide. There's a footprint of the building. It shows the fuel dispensing area to the right, and the canopy and the concrete slab. And the interior of the building will be emergency eye wash stations and precautions for the employees, safety measures incorporated into this design. And as we previously stated, there'd be chemical storage inside the building. If you wouldn't mind going to the next slide, please. Here's a perspective view of the brick building in the forefront is the existing maintenance facility, and the tan building in the background would be the additional maintenance facility, the new maintenance facility. If you mind, next slide, please.
The one on the left, that one on the left is
That is,
pine trees. The one, if the next slide shows it.
that is
It's the steel structure.
to the right of the tree behind the brick building, and to the left is you said the stables building? Existing stables building?
Okay.
Okay.
Mind going to the next slide? There's additional perspectives, getting a little closer. Huntsman building would be in the back, the relocated building. The next slide, please. There's more renderings. Next slide. Here's a view from the back looking towards the maintenance facility, the existing maintenance facility and the new building with the overhead canopy and the gas dispensing pumps in the back of the building. It shows the circulation around the building that will be proposed, and the gravel drive just beyond in the forefront. Next slide, please. There's an overhead perspective view. Next slide. And just more perspective views of the building. Next slide. And here's just an image that shows the screening from the fairway. There's existing tree canopy that's fairly dense, and which will do substantially screen from the maintenance facility building and the operations. Next slide, please. And again, another perspective. This is the proposed grading and drainage plan. Just to summarize what's going on here, all stormwater from the structure and the site improvements will be collected and directed to new catch basin structures equipped with 4-foot sumps and gas traps, then through a water quality device to further remove any suspended solids before discharging to a surface detention pond to the right of the screen in the dark green area. The pond will provide groundwater recharge to the site and mitigate any increase in runoff and stormwater from the additional paving on the site. A site plan and permit application has been submitted to the planning board. The stormwater management system for the site has been designed in compliance with the town of Hamilton's stormwater management regulations, and it will reduce 80% of the total suspended solids and 50% of the average annual load of total phosphorus within the proposed work area. Additionally, an operation and maintenance plan is included within the stormwater report. Overall, the quality of the stormwater runoff in the vicinity of the maintenance area will be substantially improved. That's the end of the presentation. There's a few more slides there if you're interested. Basically, I think the next slide is just the package that we had submitted. So, if the board has any questions.
So this is going through the fire department, like you have enough clearance around the building in case of fire and all that?
Yeah, we did have a departmental meeting. I believe the fire chief was there, right? And then the building inspector, and we did get a letter from the Board of Health that he had no issues on the project, so.
Yeah, I saw that, okay. I know it's kind of, right now, it's a hodgepodge of buildings, older, and probably does need the upgrade. And certainly, doing this work would help to control a lot of the runoff and all that, which would be great. And I know it's back in there that's hard to see from anywhere. I drove around the Margaret Ave, I think it's Margaret and Homestead, and looked over, and I couldn't really even see much this time of year either, so it's not going to impact neighbors. Obviously, it's a big project, so you're going to meet all building codes and all that stuff, so, and we've got approvals from the main boards of the town, which is great. Do you guys have anything you want
No,
to talk about?
They hit the stormwater. I was going to ask about the water runoff and collection, but he already answered it, so.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, no questions. I think, although it takes up more space than the maintenance building, it seems like it's less imposing from a sight line of a butter's perspective.
It's more important about the chemical cleanup and the chemical catchment that they're improving.
Yeah, that's what I'm,
That's more important
Yeah.
than.
Yeah.
yeah.
Anybody else out on Zoom?
What's up? Oh, yeah, is do we have anybody on Zoom that would like to speak up? Comments?
Crowd? Nope.
Nobody in our busy room over here? No, I guess not. Okay, well, I went through the drawings pretty well. It seems like it all makes good sense to me. If there's no further questions or concerns, I guess we're ready to,
I motion we move to
Make a
vote
vote.
on the myopia improvement plan.
I second that.
okay. Roll call vote, all in favor?
David Perrin, Chief, aye.
Stephen DeRocher, aye.
Bruce Gingrich, aye. So you're all set.
All right, thank you.
Move ahead with the plans. It looks like a good project. As you heard, 20 days to write the decision, and then you start within, or 14 days to write the decision, 20 days to any appeals, and after that, you're free to go.
Thank you.
Go to town. All right, thank you. Okay, and the last one is the Harbor Light 40B on Asbury Street. Was it 465? Where'd that one go? 461, Asbury Street. And
Good evening,
Go
I'm
ahead.
Pat Conley. I'm the project manager from Harbor Light for the Asbury Common project. We have been working diligently to advance drawings to 100%. We were fully funded from the state earlier this year. And so now we're getting ready to start construction come December. And just kind of out of an abundance of caution, wanted to clarify some changes in the site plan that have happened since the comprehensive permit was approved back in 2023. So as I submitted a memo to kind of explain through, there's three changes that I'd like to discuss tonight. We propose that they're all very minor. If you look at the state regs, they consider more significant changes like number of units and increase in height, and we're not proposing any of that. We're consistent with the comprehensive permit. So the changes are more like landscape design. We tweaked the walking path that goes around, and there's a rear terrace in the behind the building that we removed. So all kind of minor things, but in terms of landscaping, we brought on a different landscape engineer than was on the project for the comprehensive permit. So naturally, they wanted to put their own touch on the project, on the design. And so areas of minor grade changes, there's the tree planting is slightly different. Some of the stormwater areas have changed a little bit. And it's nothing that impacts the quality or the quantity of the underlying design. It's just kind of aesthetics, and the plan looks different, so that's why we're here. In terms of the walking path, there is a walking path in front of the parking area along Asbury Street. Basically, the point of this is kind of to act in lieu of a sidewalk, because there's no sidewalk on Asbury Street. So we tweaked the layout a little bit to preserve the existing trees along Asbury Street, and that is now an aggregate dust as opposed to originally it was going to be concrete. We think the dust, proves less of a potential damage to the existing trees, and B, kind of helps with further infiltration of stormwater. But then the original plan had that path going east along the side property line next to the Canterbrook development, and then wrapping around the building in the back, and then coming back to connect near the playground. We removed those portions from feedback from our property management group. Harbor Light is kind of unique as compared to a lot of CDCs in that we own and manage all our properties. So the benefit of that is, even though I'm in the real estate development department, I get feedback from the people that manage the projects and can incorporate that into future designs. So by removing those paths, it's easier on our property management teams, and also reduces liability overall. However, residents can still, and visitors can still circulate around the building. We're proposing so the pavement is shown in white on this, and wrapping around the back of the building, connecting kind of the two legs, is like a grasscrete. So it's an emergency access, 360 degrees around the building. And so obviously residents can still circulate around the building if they want to walk, and there's just no formalized path now. Which brings me to the last change. We originally, in the comprehensive permit, have a rear terrace in the back. We've removed that, again, in response from our property management group, but also I think it was from discussions with the fire department, ensuring that 360-degree emergency access remains clear and safe. It was just made sense to us to not encourage people to be lingering in that back patio and have furniture out there and potentially have conflicts. So we're kind of focusing our outdoor amenity area in the front of the building, which is kind of in the middle of the sea. And that's patio areas where residents can congregate and visitors can join in. So those are the main changes. I'm happy to answer any questions you may have.
Any changes to the tree line over on Canterbrook development side?
Yes, in that we added 20 trees to comply with the condition in the comprehensive permit.
Okay.
So you can kind of see there's a dashed line.
Yeah, I just wanted to make sure there was no removals or adjustments to that original agreement. That was a big deal with the neighbors.
Yeah, so the existing trees there are staying, and then we're adding 20 evergreens where they fit.
Well, and you removed the walkway, so it probably allows for more natural undergrowth and,
Right, and less of a, conflict between neighbors.
yeah, okay. One thing I noticed that was different was along the tree line on Asbury Street. It looks like all the plantings in a new drawing are deciduous. And on the original drawing, it seemed like there was more conifer-type trees. Just wondering if, in the wintertime, there's no visual kind of screening at all to kind of break up. It's going to be a pretty large building, especially for Hamilton.
Yeah.
And there's nothing, without those, I don't know what they were originally, and I don't know if they were ever called out in the original design, but I just wonder if something could be done there to kind of help just break up the winter view driving down, because it'll just be one big building with a bunch of trees in the way, hardwood trees.
Yeah, so
Is there any reason why they're not there?
So I'd say, first of all, the comprehensive plan didn't call out species. I know that, they represented them different ways, so I understand your interpretation. I think the existing tree line does have a mix of some evergreens in it. I know when I was talking to the landscape architect, the trees that they're adding kind of planned north of the existing trees have fewer plantings than in the comprehensive permit, just because they were more concerned about the shade from the existing trees and, planting a bunch of trees there that may not survive long-term because of that.
Too tight, yeah.
Yeah. And I'd also like to, I guess, point out that the building, even though it is definitely a big building, it is set back over 100 feet from the road. So it will be noticeable in the winter, but I don't think it'll be, imposing or anything like that from the street. And it's, the other thing I'd like to point out is it's 2 stories on the 2 legs of the building. And then because of grade changes, we have a partial third, which you can't tell from the street.
And the other thing you mentioned was a little change in the storm runoff grading or something when you're speaking?
Just how they contoured the landscape. So like in the bottom left corner of the plan, that kind of darker green blob is a stormwater detention area. So like that kind of changed some shape just based on the design. And then the other thing they wanted to do was the bottom right corner of the septic field, which is just above the playground.
Yep.
The original design, it didn't hide the septic field well, so it's kind of a sharp corner protruding just based on the elevation of the septic field. And through discussions with engineers, we couldn't lower that. So some of the designs are just trying to soften that corner so it's not super obvious to everyone that looks like, oh, there's the septic. So just minor things like that.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I don't see this as a big change all around. It looks like it could be pretty nice. You guys have any thoughts on this?
Yeah, no, I agree. Not substantial changes. If anything, I think it's even more in keeping with the conditions that we put on the plan with the increased plantings next to Canterbrook.
Yep.
I'm aligned.
Okay. Is there anybody out in the Zoom world? There's nobody in here anymore. That would like to make comments? Concerns? Canterbrook people, or you're really the only neighbors? Doesn't look like it. So I entertain a motion to vote on approving this as non-consequential changes to the pre-approved plan.
I motion to approve that that we find the changes to the plan to be non-substantial.
I second that.
Okay, roll call vote,
Stephen DeRocher, aye.
Andy Philip, aye.
and Bruce Gingrich, aye. So this is a finding, right? I don't think we need, I don't know if we need to go through that whole time frame of 20 days. When do you plan on, you said December?
Yeah.
November?
We're hoping to close by early, mid-December, so construction wouldn't start until end of November at the earliest, considering
Yeah.
weather, holidays, all that.
Yeah, I'm just thinking, I don't know if we need that period of anybody coming back
Yeah, the
complaining
appeal
about it.
period.
The appeal period,
Yeah.
but we probably do, I don't know. That one's,
Stick with the standard, man.
I'll just stick with the standard, yeah. We'll just do that. I don't think it'll slow you up. I'll get this written real quick and get it in there, so then you get your 20 days kicked off quickly and hopefully be ready to go.
That'd be great.
All right?
Yep.
Okay,
Thank you very much.
great, you bet. Good luck with it.
Thank you.
Good project. And that is it for tonight. I tried to find the meeting minutes for last meeting, but I couldn't,
You don't have them?
no, I couldn't find them online. I didn't read them. Did you guys read them and have any comments or concerns about them?
I gave it a look over, I didn't see anything.
All good.
You're good for you, Andy?
Yep.
Okay. Well, I didn't read them, but if you guys are good with them, I trust that we're good. So, motion to approve the meeting minutes?
I motion to approve the meeting minutes?
I second that motion.
And that was for the September meeting minutes, right?
September meeting
For
minutes.
October.
October.
I mean, October, yeah. Jumping ahead, jumping back, whatever it is. October meeting minutes, okay. Roll call vote?
Stephen DeRocher, aye.
Andy Philip, aye.
Okay, you're the tiebreaker. So yes, the meeting's passed. So that is it. No new news.
Have a good night.
Yep. Entertain a
Motion,
motion to dismiss.
motion to close the meeting?
I second that.
All right, roll call.
Stephen DeRocher, aye.
Andy Philip, aye.
Bruce Gingrich, aye. This meeting is closed. Thank you.
Thanks, guys. See ya.
Thank you.